Your liver is either draining your belly fat right now, or it is storing it, especially if you drink alcohol regularly. There is no in between. Most people blame their diet or their metabolism when belly fat will not move. But the real bottleneck is an organ nobody talks about, one that controls whether your body burns fat or locks it away permanently. In this video, we show you exactly how a sluggish liver silently blocks fat loss, the 4 daily habits making it worse, and the simple 10-day reset protocol that restores liver function and finally unlocks the belly fat your body has been holding on to. No extreme diet, no supplements required, just biology, working the way it was designed to. Here is something most people never learn. Your liver is the master fat-burning organ in your body, not your muscles, not your metabolism in some vague general sense. Your liver. Every gram of fat that leaves your body has to pass through the liver first. It is the processing plant, the filter, the gatekeeper between stored fat and burned fat. When your liver is healthy and functioning properly, it breaks down fat efficiently, regulates blood sugar, clears hormones, and keeps your metabolism running at full speed. But when your liver becomes overloaded, congested with fat, taxed by processed food, alcohol, medications, and chronic sugar intake, it slows down. The processing plant gets backed up, and when the liver slows down, fat processing slows down with it. This condition is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And research suggests that up to 38% of adults in the United States have it. Most of them have no idea. No dramatic symptoms, no obvious warning signs. Just a persistent layer of belly fat that refuses to move, no matter how carefully they eat or how hard they train. A study published in the Journal of Hepatology found a direct correlation between liver fat accumulation and visceral fat storage. The more fat in the liver, the more fat stored around the organs. You cannot out-exercise a congested liver. You cannot out-diet it either. You have to fix the organ first. Here is exactly what happens inside a fatty liver and why it blocks fat loss so effectively. A healthy liver produces an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase, LPL, which breaks down triglycerides, the fats circulating in your blood, and either burns them for energy or routes them out of the body. When the liver is congested, LPL production drops. Triglycerides stay in circulation. Your body has no efficient mechanism to process them, so it does the next best thing. It packages them and stores them as visceral fat around the organs. At the same time, a congested liver struggles to regulate insulin properly. It becomes insulin resistant itself, releasing excess glucose into the bloodstream, even when blood sugar is already elevated. This keeps insulin high. And high insulin, as we know, locks fat cells shut. So a congested liver creates a double fat storage lock. First, it cannot process fat efficiently, so the body stores it instead. Second, it drives at insulin resistance, which prevents fat cells from releasing their stored fat in the first place. This is why people can do everything right and still not lose belly fat. The liver is the missing piece of the equation that almost nobody addresses. Here are the 4 most common daily habits that silently congest the liver and block fat loss. Habit 1. Fructose and added sugar. Your liver is the only organ that can process fructose. Every gram of fructose you consume goes directly to the liver for processing. When you consume more than the liver can handle, through sweetened drinks, fruit juices, processed snacks, and added sugars, the excess gets converted directly into liver fat. Fructose is the single most direct cause of fatty liver in the modern diet, and it hides in foods most people consider healthy: flavored yogurt, granola bars, sports drinks, and bottled smoothies. Habit 2. Refined seed oils. Canola, soybean, sunflower, and corn oil are high in omega-6 fatty acids. When consumed in excess, which is almost unavoidable in a processed food diet, these oils trigger chronic inflammation in the liver that impairs its ability to process fat. Habit 3. Chronic alcohol consumption. Even moderate regular alcohol consumption forces the liver to prioritize alcohol metabolism above all other functions, including fat processing. While the liver is detoxifying alcohol, fat burning is essentially paused. Habit 4. Eating late at night. Your liver does its most intensive repair and detox work between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. based on your circadian rhythm. When you eat late, particularly refined carbohydrates or processed food, you interrupt that repair window. The liver spends that critical time processing food instead of repairing itself. Over time, this accumulates into chronic liver congestion. Here is the exact protocol. 10 days. No extreme measures. Just targeted inputs that give the liver what it needs to clear congestion and restore fat-burning function. Day 1 through 3, the elimination phase. Remove the 4 liver stressors completely. No added fructose. No refined seed oils. No alcohol. No food after 7 p.m. This is not about starvation. It is about removing the inputs that are actively congesting the liver, so it can begin clearing the backlog. During this phase, most people notice reduced bloating within 48 hours, as liver inflammation begins to drop. Day 4 through 7, the support phase. Add 3 specific foods that actively support liver function and fat processing. First, cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and kale contain compounds called glucosinolates that directly activate liver detox enzymes. A study in the journal Gut found that daily cruciferous vegetable intake measurably reduced liver fat in participants with fatty liver disease within 4 weeks. Second, bitter foods. Dandelion greens, arugula, and raw apple cider vinegar stimulate bile production. Bile is the liver's primary fat processing fluid. More bile means more fat breakdown, directly. Third, choline-rich foods. Eggs are the best source. Choline is a nutrient that the liver uses to package and export fat. Without adequate choline, fat accumulates in the liver rather than being transported out. Research shows that choline deficiency is one of the most direct dietary causes of fatty liver disease. Day 8 through 10, the consolidation phase. Add a 10-minute walk after your 2 largest meals of the day. Post-meal walking reduces the blood sugar spike that follows eating, which lowers the insulin response, and which reduces the amount of glucose the liver needs to process at once. This takes pressure off the liver during its most demanding metabolic window. Research from sports medicine found that a 10-minute walk after meals reduced post-meal blood sugar by up to 22% compared to sitting, a reduction significant enough to meaningfully lower the liver's processing burden over time. By day 10, the combination of removing liver stressors, adding targeted support foods, and reducing post-meal insulin spikes creates a measurably different metabolic environment, one where the liver can process fat efficiently again. And when the liver processes fat efficiently, belly fat finally has somewhere to go. Let me give you the protocol one final time. Days 1 through 3, eliminate fructose, seed oils, alcohol, and late-night eating. Days 4 through 7, add cruciferous vegetables, bitter foods, and choline-rich eggs daily. Days 8 through 10, add a 10-minute walk after your 2 main meals. 10 days. No extreme measures, no expensive supplements, just targeted support for the organ that controls whether your belly fat burns or stays locked in place. Most people spend months adjusting their calories and their cardio, and the belly fat does not move because the liver was congested the entire time, silently blocking every effort. Fix the organ. Everything else gets easier. Drop a comment right now. Did you know the liver controlled belly fat storage? Tell me where you are starting from. I read every single one. And here is something to think about before your next meal. If your liver is congested right now, what do you think happens to the fat you burn during exercise before it can actually leave your body? Be sure to subscribe and follow us on X and Instagram, down below in the description, for regular diet and exercise tips and tricks. Make a visit to the diet and exercise website in the comments below. We did our research for you and we sorted out items that are only evidence-backed and lab-tested to get results. And remember, when it comes to diet and exercise, there are no gimmicks, just results.